we will be working on VHDL during this, and then you should practice. Have you? Hopefully, you have already got the software with you and must have installed it on your laptops and computers. Now, Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah.
السلام عليكم.
Just a minute, please. Just a minute. There are some more students with me here as well. Okay, maybe your name is updated now in the list, so no issues. Next time I will update it.
So it will be an email
Yes, yes, yes.
for joining the link.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only for Ramadan, this is the link. As after Ramadan, it will be physically available classes here, and the recording will also be available on the portal.
Okay.
Okay. Just a minute, guys. Let me. So, sorry for the interrupt. About the module, as I told you that for the Ramadan, we'll have the online class as well as the you can attend it in the class. So afterwards, we'll have the classes as physically because it is more of a lab-based module. So the requirement should be that you should attend, and I need to move around, so it will be quite difficult to have hybrid class. For that, either you need to attend the class or you can follow my recordings. So the recordings are already available. I have made all the recordings available on the Moodle. All right. So let's start about today's topic. And
السلام عليكم مستر.
Walaikum Assalam. Yes, Said.
يجري الآن
مستر
تسجيل
this week
هذه
4 or
المكالمة.
week 3?
This is week 4, I think. Yes. Yes, week 4.
Okay. Okay.
The exams will be end of May. Let me read.
For this subject, there is exam.
Pardon?
You can send me a request or something to join.
Brother, I'm now working. How can I send you the link on? It's the class is going on, na?
Oh.
You want to attend somewhere else? You want to go and attend somewhere else?
Does it have more? That's fine, Mister. I will found the class in the recording.
Sure, sure.
I will found it there.
Yeah.
And then you are taking attendance? Or
No, no issues.
no issues.
Yeah. So
Let's
let's
assume that.
cheers
Inshallah, the class will be after Ramadan
here in this
here
room. Yes.
because it's lab, right?
Yes. Yes.
And there will be experiments or something like that.
Programming.
Programming.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Cheers. Yes. Somebody was asking. Please. What was the question? I think Nasser, you were asking. Yeah.
Director Sahel maybe needs
No
some.
questions. So let's move. Uh, is there any question? Yes.
Yes, there. I am asking about there is no final exam for this one, huh? For this subject.
Yes, Sohail, this is a project-based module. So it has a group project of maximum 2 to 3 people in the group, and there will be a presentation as well as the uh, group report.
Oh, okay, fine.
So
يجري
last week
الآن
we
تسجيل
started
هذه المكالمة.
to work on the VHDL, and we'll continue the second part of VHDL in which we will be uh, are you getting my slides? Are they visible to you?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So, and last week we started about VHDL, that what VHDL is, how can we program in VHDL. We discussed about different methodologies to program in VHDL. That was structural implementation, behavioral, and data flow modeling. So today we'll be understanding more on the structural VHDL approach to design the logic circuits and understand the use of generic clause to parameterize a design and combine generic clause and generate a statement to ease the hardware use. So in a structural, as we discussed in last week, it's how a system is structured, internal structure of the system, and what components are used, how the components are connected together. So you can see it is the textual version of the hardware implementation. The basic building block is component, and the component need to be declared just like entity. Hopefully, you have started programming and must have installed the software with you. It's quite important because in your project you are required to program using this VHDL in the Quartus software. A component need to be declared, one declaration, and then it can be instantiated multiple instances. So the component is declaration is just like the declaration of entity. We replace entity by component, and it defines component that is initiated in the architecture body. A component is the basic building block of the structural VHDL. So that's the writing of the component. We have keywords like component name. So we need to give component name and entity name should be same, which we have done earlier. Generic list, port list, and component. Component declaration, it comprises three parts: the component name, a generic clause, list of generics or parameters, and then we have a port clause defined in the architecture body, declarative part, component name. So we give, this is the how we write it in the VHDL. These are the yellow are the keywords, and then here are the defined names as we do. How we instantiate component? We instantiate as it comprises of three parts: the component name, component entity, and component in the architecture. So component is defined in the architecture body, and it is instantiated by there is a label L1 or any label you can put, and the component name and the ports and its generic mapping. For example, this is a code given where entity is defined as you can see. So data flow approach, through data flow approach, this code is designed. Any approach could be used, so there is no issue in using any of the approaches. Create a VHDL component from current file. So uh, from the current file you should create, usually what I do in this type of thing, I say students to work on this on the computers. So if you have please practice this is the important thing, how you write a program in Quartus. So we have library IEEE use IEEE.stdlogic 1164.all. So that's library. Then we have entity lab 4 is port ABC in stdlogic, q out stdlogic, and entity. So that's how we define entity. And then architecture data flow of lab 4 is begin A and B or C. So all, this is the how we write the Boolean expression. So as I explained you in previous class, that the Boolean expression is used as data flow. We call it as data flow in the VHDL terms. So architecture. So we have Q, we get the value A and B or C. So the result of this is stored or assigned to Q. So Q is the output. So you can see Q is output, A, B, C are the input STD logic. So this is a VHDL program. So this is, first of all, in your project you need to define this as entity. Now this will be used in our main program as component. So create VHDL component declaration file for current file. So then we click this in the files. So we have create VHDL component declaration file from for the current file. Then we have component declaration, component lab for ABC, similar to the entity declaration. We have ABC in std logic, q out std logic, end component, and component port map A0 B0. So the same inputs with the output. So we get three instances of three blocks. So here we have, these are the instances or instantiation. Same code is reused three times. So this is our main project file, lab for top file, in which we have A, B in 2 down to 0. So 3-bit, A and B both are 3-bit, and C is only single bit, and Q is out STD logic. So these are the inputs, and this is the output that are defined in the entity. The architecture data flow top is, then we have the component lab for which we have in previous file. So we need to keep two files for this project. First is for the component, that we make entity first, and then we made it as the component, and then we have used another file where we are using component lab for. So the same as in the previous work. So this is our component file that was, we defined it as entity. So same entity is repeated as component here. So you can see A, B, C in std logic, and Q is out std logic. So signal D std logic 1 down to 0, and then we port map these here. So port map A, B, C, D0. Please practice this. Have you installed Quartus with you? Hopefully most of you guys. The Quartus is already available on the Moodle, and you can also get it from the lab technicians, Mr. Basim. So here, this is syntactically this is correct, but as far as the um, it is concerned, the logic error. So D0 is used two times as input as well as the output. So there will be error here. So the output will not be correct because it's a logical error. By syntax, it's correct. So it will run, your program will run, and you will get the RTL like this. So RTL, if in RTL viewer, you can see it is 0. So that's the problem. If we correct it, so like this, D0, D1, now it is corrected version, so there are no errors now, and you can check. This is the RTL is also block here is representing this. So at the end you should be able to design this program and run it in the RTL. So parameterizing the design. Now, what will happen if we had more than three blocks? The easiest way is to use instances. Could turn inefficient and could lead to errors. The solution is to parameterize the design and use the generic clause to parameterize the design. Any questions? All right. So use the generic clause to parameterize the design, combine the generic clause and the generic statements to have more efficient implementation. Sorry. So in generic clause, entity declaration could include a generic clause. A generic clause could take a list of generic parameters and their optional default values. For example, generic n integer is 4, so we are assigning 4. Entity name is generic list, and port list. Sorry. So the generic statement is like for loop. You have used for loop in C++, C. So same, but we can use for and generate together, and it can generate, it can instantiate, number of values. We call it arrays of components. A label is compulsory with a generate statement. For generate statements may be nested to create 2D instances arrays. The for generate statement is particularly powerful when used with integer. So that is generics or parameters like this one. Let's see its example. So you can see here, instead of using simple value, we are using generic and integer. So within the entity, we can use that. And this one, n down to 0. So here, instead of 2 down to 0, we have used n down to 0. So it's n bit input. And here, std n minus 1 down to 0. Here we have put 2. We can use 5, whatever, how it depends on our design, how many values or how many blocks of the same code is required. Because we were using only 2 here, so we have used only 2 into this one. So same instances, but we it depends on the value of n. So it is, but now with the generic component. So component is this, and you can see generate. So we can generate first block like this, and when I is greater than 0, all the remaining blocks we can generate using this for loop. So for if I equals to 0 and if I is greater than 0, it can generate these blocks as well. So we put generic n equals to 2, so it means 2 down to 0. So 3 blocks are instantiated or generated, and we are using those 3 blocks. This is the RTL diagram of the code. And if we put n equals to 4, then we have 5 blocks. So as I told you, it depends on our design, how we are using it. So what we have done, I have actually gone very fastly because usually what we do, we work on this. Now, using full header as the basic component, develop VHDL code to generate n-bit headers. So you are required to first of all implement all this, and then afterwards you are required to write a code for full header and make it as a basic component and generate design n bit header for this. Okay, so this is the requirement to be implemented during this week in the lab as well as by yourself. Yes, dear. So, any questions you are getting, because this is programming, it cannot be done, online. Because of Ramadan, I have done a little bit, but main thing is, have you installed the software? I'm asking you again.
No, from my side, no, still.
No, brother, you need this. See, you were asking me a number of weeks. It's fourth or fifth week. So, if you don't install it, you will be in trouble. How will you implement the project? The project will be in VHDL. So, you need to use VHDL for your project. So, you are required to work on this. So, please install it. And in the presentation, you will be asked so many questions related to this VHDL. So please install it, start working on it.
Mister, I'm trying to install it, but it's not working. I don't know why.
So bring your laptop here in college, and it will you will get some support from the lab staff, and they will help you out.
But I am in work actually.
So obviously, in some time, you need to come. So you need to resolve this issue.
Can I download from other sources?
No, this is registered software with FPGA board.
Okay.
Then, Mr. If after I install it, no problem there, because now in Ramadan,
Yeah. Because of Ramadan, I am doing online class, so no issues. So install it after Eid. It's fine.
Mister, in last class, there is someone in chat put some program. I need this.
This program, as I told you, it is available in the lab as well as in the Moodle, and uh, it is known as Quartus. If you're not able to install it properly, please get the help from the lab staff. They will help you in installing it on your laptop. But
there any steps how to install it in, for example, myself in Google or something.
yeah, the directions are given already there in Moodle. So if you check Moodle, it's already there. How to install the software, video is there. Check the Moodle. I have already put it there.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so you can install it using that video. I think it was done by Miss Sabah, so it is already there in the Moodle. So you can use that video and install it in your system. No issues. Okay.
Okay, Mister.
Any questions? So because it is required to install. If I go on teaching, I can teach, but there will be no problem. There will be big problem. So it's better to install before next week, so that in next week, even on online, we can work something, implement something. Because I will be using this in the next week for the header which I have shown you. So we will be implementing adder or multiplexer in the next week's class. All right. So best of luck. Please install this software with you. It is there in Moodle. I'm repeating my statements. So it's there in Moodle. The directions are there. And even if you're not able to install it, please come to college. Either meet me or lab staff. Everybody will be helpful for installing you. We want you to get good marks in this module. Okay, inshallah. So no further questions. So thank you very much. If you are coming to college, do meet me. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, thank you so much, dear.
See you.
Thank you so much.
From now, dear, you can make the groups for the project.
Yes, the groups will be, you will get email very soon. When the assignment will be, project task will be released, at that time you will also get email for making groups.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see you. Assalamu alaikum.
See you. Salam.
Okay, salam alaikum.